But it's they've responded to this point, you know, in a good way. They've been great in practice. They come alive. And again, I'm not a long practice guy. I mean, I want them to be fresh mentally and physically. I'm not a long film guy. Then you all can write. He just rolls out balls and they play. I mean, but I just think if they're fresh mentally and physically fresh, they're going to give me everything they have, and that's all I want. I mean, I'm looking at this team and I just keep telling them, you got to play harder than them and beat them to 50-50 balls. If you do that, we're good enough defensively and we're talented enough offensively. If we play together on both ends, it makes it hard on that opponent.
What you try to do with Downey? What's the goal going in?
Yeah, he's going to get his. You know he will. He's going to take his shots. He can score a multitude of ways. He gets to the foul line. He breaks down your press. What you don't want him to do is make everyone on the floor 10 times better too. And so, you know, we'll guard him with different people. We may even play zone. I've seen a lot of teams play him zone so that he doesn't get in that lane. They try to keep him outside that lane by playing zone. So that's another possibility. We may throw a little zone in there for this game.
Cal, if they thought they pooped ice cream before when you're number one, does it turn to gold?
Well, you know what? They're growing up. I'll give you an example. DeMarcus Cousins gets his tooth knocked out. Now, what would he have done the first week of the season if someone hit him in the mouth and knocked his tooth out? He would have said a tooth for a tooth. I mean, he does nothing except go, did he knock my tooth out? And when he smiled, the entire bench laughed, and we all laughed. And so, you know, he's just come a long way. Daniel Orton had an unbelievable shoot-around, which led to a great game. Now, is he convinced that's how he's got to play? I mean, those are things, you know, Eric and John are talking to each other the whole time they're on the court. That's what you want your guards to do. The best tandem I had that played together, Derek and Chris Douglas, obviously two pros, really played together well. The best two I had were Carmelo Travieso and Edgar Padilla. And the reason is they spoke Spanish and no one else did, and they taught each other. Go back door. The kid went back door wide open. I mean, they could speak, and they talked to one another, and no one knew what the heck. I didn't even know. You know, I told them to give me some words like, you know, tell me what this means. Tell me how you'd say this and that. And I said, you ever say that stuff to me right there, those words, you're going to have a problem.